place as any. So, I figured since I was here in this wooded area, out in nature, it would make perfect sense for me to continue talking about Secret Garden, even though this particular song doesn't necessarily embody nature.
High on the hill sits a big old house with something wrong inside it.
So what we get with this next song is a couple of things. First of all, we get our setting. Now, the first song what we get, of course, was the setting up of the tone and letting us know the tone of the musical, and this song still embodies that tone, as many of the songs do. But what we get with this song is our very specific setting. And this setting is the moor, but not the moor during springtime yet. The moor at the very end of winter before spring has come around. So it's not what you would call a happy, cheerful, nature-filled place. It's very dry, very barren, and as Mrs. Medlock says, nothing grows there but heather and goss, and nothing lives there but wild ponies and sheep. And the song does a great job of expressing that feeling. I mean, you listen to the song and you just get the feeling that this is not a very pleasant time of year. And we also get the music giving us the wutherin sound, which is the wind blowing through the bushes, and it's a very eerie, kind of spooky noise. And to be even more specific than just the moor, we also have the house where Archibald Craven lives. This is a house that is big, but really only holds 2 people. Because it holds Archibald Craven, and even though we don't know it yet at the beginning of the musical, it holds Colin. And I'm also fairly certain that Archibald's brother, Neville Craven, lives there as well. So aside from the setting, what we also get is the introduction of our main character, Archibald Craven. Now, the book itself focuses more on Mary and Colin, but the musical has a lot of the focus and a lot of the character growth on Archibald. So it makes sense that we have this song that really sets the tone for this particular character. So what we get with this song, usually with the snippets of dialogue in between the snippets of song, is that Archibald Craven was never what you would call a happy individual. He was a hunchback, so he tended to be kind of dismissed by a lot of people. But then he fell in love with Lily, and they got married, they lived happily ever after, except when, of course, Lily died. When Lily died, Archibald went back into being that very sad young man, but even more so. And just like the song emphasizes the kind of barren setting and the kind of depressing setting, it also emphasizes the very depressing main character. And so, like with the tone set in the first number, what we get with this number is that very melancholy sound, because it reflects the emptiness of the house and it reflects the emptiness of our main character. So overall, not a very cheery number, but still one that's necessary. And one last thing about the song that is very important to the plot before I wrap it up and move on is that this is also the song where Mary arrives at Archibald's mansion, and this is actually where we get a lot of the information because Mrs. Medlock is telling Mary so that she can, in turn, tell the audience. So, that is all for this song. I am going to be seeing if I can find Jeffrey somewhere around here. But tune in next week for next week's song. See you then. This doesn't even look like the same place. Where are you taking me, staff?
You ought to take her to her room. He doesn't want to see her.
Very good, Doctor. Here you are then, Mary. Good night.